Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. So we've got some fantastic news for you today. This dropped 3 days ago, and yes, I know I'm late on it, but I wanted to take my time to really gather my thoughts. As you can tell from the title, we have a newly announced, and this is unofficially announced because this is an exclusive to Deadline, about a Conan the Barbarian TV series coming to Netflix. Now, this was not an official announcement to Netflix, so it would indicate that it's a leak, an exclusive. It's not 100% a done deal, so much so that they're ready to announce it. Now, there's nothing to say that they won't then announce it, or that it hasn't been purposely leaked. But either way, this is not an official announcement from Netflix. So, what does the exclusive article or exclusive piece of information from Deadline state? Well, it states that Netflix has put in development an epic live-action series based on Conan, the iconic sword and sorcery character created by Robert E. Howard. This is from Nelly Andreeva. I hear the project from Frederick Maumberg and Mark Wheeler's Pathfinder Media is the first in a deal between Netflix and Conan Properties International, owned by Maumberg's Cabinet Entertainment. The pact gives Netflix the exclusive option to acquire rights to the Conan literary library and develop works across TV and film, both live action and animated. The move itself would fit into Netflix's strategy of acquiring globally recognizable IP to build a universe of films and TV series, including Roald Dahl's novels, the Chronicles of Narnia books, and comics publisher Millarworld. Now, the article goes on to state that a search is currently underway for a writer, showrunner to pen the Conan adaptation and director to helm the project. Maumberg and Wheeler will serve as executive producers on the potential series through their Pathfinder Media. So, in terms of all of this, what can we glean? What can we learn? Well, the fact that we have Frederick Maumberg and Mark Wheeler on board. It's interesting because, of course, this is a deal between Cabinet Entertainment, so the Conan Properties International, which is owned by Maumberg's Cabinet Entertainment, and Netflix. How does this line up? Where is this going to be going to? Because remember, we had the Amazon series in development. Now that's obviously long defunct now. Incredibly defunct, in fact. So much so that, they've kind of moved on to bigger and better things. And unfortunately, the Amazon series was done because a shift in the hierarchy up at Amazon Studios. People were Me Too'd, I guess you could say, and then the newly appointed figurehead of Amazon walked in and said, nope, bye-bye, this is too toxically masculine, because they were going to be adapting the series as is, which, sounded fantastic. Conan is toxically masculine. I am remiss to use that word, in fact, and I really don't like to use the word toxic because I don't think there's anything wrong with being masculine. But it is, what people would consider to be toxically masculine. So it seems that Netflix is making some moves, but also it seems that the Cabinet Entertainment, so, the people who own Conan Properties International, are really looking to push this now, which is absolutely fantastic. It is really good that they are looking to do it for a few reasons, and I'm going to be crossing over to some other bits of news to sort of build a larger picture here on the changing shape of pop culture, or what I deem to be the changing shape of pop culture anyway. So we recently had news that Sega were going to be working on a Yakuza series, which I think is, again, absolutely fantastic. I think that is nothing but great news. And I said in that video that I really hope this is a changing of the ways that they are going to look to then push a series of, or at least a movie potentially, on Golden Axe. Now, we are starting to see a changing in the tide of pop culture and just the sort of general zeitgeist of what's approved and what's allowed and things like that. A lot of people are waking up, especially a lot of studios, are waking up to the fact that, one, counter-programming is definitely a successful thing and can bring you a hell of a lot of money. You only have to reference Joker to figure that out. And secondly is the fact that, yes, if you don't give men any of their sort of masculine sort of icons and things like that, then yes, it will absolutely fail. Conan is iconically masculine. It has to go in and under that fray. Now, one of the positives of it being from Frederick Malmberg and Mark Wheeler, i.e. Conan Properties International, because it's Malmberg's Cabinet Entertainment, is the fact that they approved of the Amazon series. They loved the Amazon series. Okay, they loved that so much. They believed in it so much so that's why they went to Amazon to greenlight it. Okay, now if they liked that, you can imagine that it would have to be in some way, shape, or form along the lines of that. Now it could be, and again, don't get your hopes up, but it could be that they liked it so much so that they liked it because it was the narrative structure that they were telling. So it would be something along those lines. They could like it because it was toxically masculine. Who knows? But there is a shred of hope in the fact that they liked the original pitch that was going to be on Amazon. Now, the major black light, the huge black cloud over all of this is, of course, Netflix. Now, Netflix have some problems with what they look to push all the time. Netflix is undoubtedly full of agenda, generally speaking. There are some hidden gems on there, but Netflix is the problem here, as far as I'm aware and as far as I'm concerned. But the one glimmer of hope is the fact that they are looking to push He-Man. Now, it wouldn't make sense if you're going to have He-Man be woke, I guess you could say, or agenda-filled, or socio-politically correct. All of these things, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. But it wouldn't make sense to have a series of He-Man being very much in that line, and then also have Conan be exactly the same. Okay, it simply would not make any sense. And Netflix are a business first and foremost, and they are looking to push all of these things. So there's, again, just an ever such a slight shred of hope in that the fact that, yes, it is Netflix, and undoubtedly I can imagine, they'll probably just, crap all over Conan and make him weak or feeble or whatever. But I do think that there's a shred of hope in the fact that because Netflix is looking to push He-Man, and because there are rumours that He-Man is going to be a little bit woke or agenda-filled, that you're not going to have two projects of what could be known as toxically masculine men go woke. It wouldn't make any sense from a business perspective. And also because Malmberg's Cabinet Entertainment, the holders of the Conan rights, Conan Properties International, I can't imagine they would allow it to go too far down that line. So I do believe that there's a shred of hope. I do think that there is the possibility that this is going to be very, very good. And I do think that there is undoubtedly a changing of the tide on all of these things. Now, where does this go with the Conan or King Conan movie that was said to be in the works? Well, look, if Malmberg Cabinet Entertainment is looking to start pushing Conan as a literary works, and they have an option with Netflix to push TV and film, there is the possibility that this will be resurrected. We had heard from Arnold Schwarzenegger that he wanted to do it, that the script was done. They were just trying to find someone to actually do it. Now they actually have that person in Netflix. So there is the possibility and the potential that King Conan can be revived. So here you go. What do you think? Those are my thoughts. And again, I hold my hands up and I say that there is the potential this is going to be balls. But I have a shred of hope, and I hope I've convinced you to have the tiniest of hope as well. Let me know your thoughts on all of this down below in the comment section. If you are new here, guys, please do hit subscribe. Thank you all so much for watching. I've been Mr. H. Take care.